going on, everybody? I am here. It is Wednesday, November 10th, and I'm in Grace's living room right now. And I'm in the middle. It's a lot going on tonight. Flew to Chicago, drove over here, got Mexican food, had this crazy dinner, and we are in the middle of a 4-hour radio interview, 3-hour radio interview. But I think we're only in the first hour so far, which is kind of fun, and I'm excited. It is Wednesday, November 10th. My name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. I am here every day, 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week. And I have my volume on. Do you have your volume on?
You want my volume to
No.
be on?
No. I just want to be, I'm sort of doing 7 things at 7 times. So I'm going to edit the privacy and make it public, and that's done. And so now you can all share the show, because I know you're always just so ready and eager to share the show, and I appreciate that so much. And I'm also going to put up how, because Patty Loman always asks, how do people support the show? And I'm just going to put that at the top of the show. And how, because Patty Loman always asks, hi Gracie, how do people support the show?
Hi Jenna, how are you?
And I'm just going to put that at the top of the show.
I'm so glad you're here.
I am too.
You finally arrived.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's great.
We're just hanging out. We're hanging out around the big living room table that's now in the, dining room table. Who's here tonight? Let's see. Julie. Julie. Because Patty Loman always asks. Julie Luce. Thank you very much for the birthday card. Thank you, Julie Luce. Thank you for your support of 11:11 with Jenna. Mama Grace is here. Carl Hess is here. Julie, Patty, Suzanne, William D. So you guys, I have, can we just all do community tomorrow night? Since tomorrow night is 11:11, I think that, oh look, there's 11 right there. I have a couple of guests. So I'm going to just have my live guest tonight. So sorry, not that there's no community night, but let's do community night tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest is, I don't have a name for this guest.
A-Tad Bonkers.
A-Tad Bonkers. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just cue up the... Thank you, Carl. It's kind of scary.
How you doing, Jenna?
A-Tad Bonkers.
I'm being thrown out by the delay.
Oh, you're watching it from... We have all kinds of electronics going on over here. How's it going, A-Tad? What's up?
You could just call me Tad.
Hi, Tad.
This is a very, very big living room.
It is, isn't it?
Hey, there's Mama Grace.
Hi Tad.
Hi, Mama.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Glad you're here.
Oh, glad to be here.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to see you because I don't have eyes.
Oh, you don't?
We
my
tried.
gosh,
We tried to get you
thing.
some eyes, but it just didn't quite work out.
Tried sticking some Cheerios to my head, but it didn't quite work. Silicone is very stick resistance.
Yeah. The peanut butter kept sliding off, and they kept flying.
And I kept eating it.
Hi, Charlotte Shannon. Charlotte Shannon and I were BFFs in junior high.
Well, dish the dirt, girlfriend.
Charlotte Shannon. And her brother's Greg Hopkins. Yeah, you're right. So, Tad, tell us about your radio show, Tad. Ladies and gentlemen, the real Tad, A-Tad Bonkers. We have tables everywhere. Joe Velez in the house. Literally in the house.
Literally.
Not like
The metaphorical.
not like a square of him. He's really sitting here in the same room.
But we can do this if it makes it
Yeah.
easier. There we
We
go.
could put a line.
I'm in a square.
Yeah, I'm in a square. What's going on? You're bonkers.
I'm
William
just bonkers.
says you're bonkers.
I'm just
Hi,
bonkers.
Bonnie.
How you doing?
So, Bonnie, tomorrow night, I want to have you on, but I'm going to have, since it's 11:11, it's going to be a community night because this happened tonight. This radio show happened, and we're still in the middle of the radio show. Tell us about the radio show.
I do like a 3-hour thing Saturday mornings in the Lake Forest area of the northern suburbs of Chicago. And I do whatever the hell comes to my mind musically. And just, sometimes I talk about stuff. Sometimes I just play music. When I'm by myself, I don't talk a lot because it's kind of weird to talk to myself. But here, because I'm with Jenna, we're like talking and playing favorite songs and things like that. And it's
Eating
just, eating
cookies.
cookies and staring at Mama Grace and making her wonder what we caught her doing and things like that. So,
And she picked out some cool songs tonight too.
she did.
So when is the show on? Tell us. I mean, it's on Saturdays. How do people find it?
Well,
Here, I'll cut.
no, it just
Let's both do that. Let's just both do
just on the edge there like
half
this.
of our show, half of our face.
Okay, like this.
Yeah.
It's 88.9 FM if you are in the Lake County area of Illinois, which is like just above Cook County, which is Chicago. Though we do leak into Cook County just a little bit along the lake. Otherwise, every place else on the planet would be WMXM.org. And my particular
WM
MXM.
WMX
Yeah.
MX
M. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. It's just something about the combination.
MX. Yeah, it is strange.
Yeah.
WMXM, 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 W. Yeah, Patty. So how close to Barrington are you?
You would have to listen on the internet in Barrington. Our signal makes it out to maybe Mount Prospect if you've got a good antenna, because we're primarily Lake County in our broadcast reach. But like I said, there are little sections of Cook that we get into. It sort of depends on if you're on high ground, low ground, stuff like that. And I'm personally on 9 to 12 on Saturdays. That's morning AM to 12 p.m. And it's out of Lake Forest College, but we're not a college radio station per se because this college does not have a broadcast program. So we're actually a community station at the college. And we've got student DJs, we've got some townie DJs, and you got a wide plethora of shows. Some folks are talking, some folks are playing music, some folks are being funny. I tend to do theme shows as my big tendency. Like I did a big 2-part Halloween show over 2 weekends. I did a show for veterans and the Marine Corps birthday this last weekend.
Oh, Marine, right here.
Sergeant Bonkers, here to help you.
Where's Lillian?
When were you in the Marines?
84 to 92.
So tomorrow morning, Michael Keel will be on the show. I think she's on your chair, Mom. And he's at a Marine party right now. Tell us about these parties that happen.
Well, they're big formal gatherings. If he's at an official Marine Corps, it's a ball. It's actually a ball. Wow. And there's magical horses and princesses and
really?
Things like that. And we turn into pumpkins at midnight.
Does it all end at midnight?
I don't know. You can't tell with Marines. It could be going on by the time it's 7 a.m. and they got to go to work. It's a little bit more restricted when it's a weekday. On weekends, it's like, we'll roll back in Sunday night and get ready for work the next day. But on a weekday, I don't know, school nights are tough. So there's going to be a lot of hungover former Marines and active duty Marines tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so Michael must have taken the night off of work, and then he'll be there in the morning. Maybe he'll be here. But tomorrow night, again, tomorrow is 11/11. It's like November 11th is tomorrow. So tomorrow night, instead of it just being conversations with the creatives with Bonnie, it's going to be community night, because this turned into your radio show, and now a little tad bonkers.
Yeah.
So tell us about that movie again with the dog. You don't have to name the movie, but the dog actually talked.
There is a movie about a serial killer from New York who we might know, and it was a serious movie, because it's a serious subject. And the neighbor's dog talks to this guy to kind of like, the guy thinks he hears Satan through the dog. I think we all know who we're talking about, but she wants to be able to sleep tonight, so we're not going to name names. And when I was watching this movie that came out, the movie came out, what, 10 years ago? It was a while ago, but it was like the last big movie about this fellow. And you're watching the movie, the detectives are looking for him, he's doing heinous things, it's just going back and forth. And then he's on his porch, I believe, and the dog is there, and you're like, oh, you're going to just hear like the internal monologue, you're just going to hear the voice. No, the dog starts talking. Okay, we're in this dead quiet theater with all this serious stuff going on, and I lose it because the dog is talking. It's like Davy and Goliath, but live action. Okay, the only thing that would have made it better is if the dog sounded like this.
And he didn't sound like that?
No, he kind of sounded semi-demonic. So at least they did that.
So he was kind of.
Yeah, it's like, but you weren't expecting to see the dog talk. You were only expecting to hear the voice. At least I was, because in a theater of 200-300 people, I was the only one laughing. So
you're
the
that
asshole.
Guy.
I'm that guy.
You're that guy.
I'm that guy. And I couldn't stop. It just got funnier once I realized I was the only one laughing. So, but yeah. I was telling Jenna, okay, you don't want to watch a movie, you have to at least watch the clip of the dog talking, because it is
maybe
priceless.
William, if you can find that clip and post it, that would be kind of funny. So is it called Son of Sam?
I believe so.
The movie?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. I thought we were going to say the name. You said don't say the name. Now you say the name.
Well, but William can find. He's the librarian. He usually can find those really quickly.
Okay.
Again, I just want to thank Julie Luce. It was so cool to birthday card, Julie. Thank you. That was so sweet. So you have to drive home tonight.
I do have to drive home.
We need to finish your radio show.
Yeah, I think we're like just about the 2-hour mark.
Okay, so
I can fill it in with songs and
we can do a couple. We'll do a little bit longer.
Yeah,
right, Gracie?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions, Mama?
No, I think everything is just really interesting. I've never really watched.
Mama Grace, if I manage to grow my hair back, because I'm like trying things like laser hair helmets and these shampoos that should encourage growth. What color do you think I should color my hair to celebrate?
I don't think you should color it. I think you're just fine the way you are, and I like bald men anyway.
Gold. I've had my hair fairly golden yellow. I've had golden yellow. Yeah. I've done copper blonde. I tried to do platinum blonde, but it came out gray and it didn't look right. Because I tried using
But now I bet that gray, it's probably the gray that people pay a lot of money for now.
Oh yeah, I got it. If I could get it to grow, I got beautiful silver hair in here. I would look just dynamic if I could just get it to come together.
Do you have a poem for us?
No, because we didn't talk about it beforehand. It's on my computer right there, but I'd have to go looking for them.
All right.
So I got nothing.
Maybe Sunday night poetry glam?
Sure. So we could do that then. And I dug being on that one time. That was kind of fun.
It was fun. I love Sunday nights poetry glam.
Yeah.
Sunday nights have been really interesting. At first they were just chill. Then it was why can't I think of her name?
Cher?
No, Cher hasn't been on yet.
Bonnie Raitt?
No, Bonnie hasn't been on. No, what's her name?
Lizzie
Who was drawing? Who was teaching us drawing?
Phyllis.
Phyllis was teaching us drawing. Then it became conversations or musicians square table. Now it's poetry glam.
It's probably a good thing I never came on during the drawing sessions, because I would have been the rogue student.
I was the rogue student.
No, I would have been the rogue student.
I didn't even mean to be the rogue student, and I was the rogue student.
Your standing would have been much improved seeing what I drew, okay? Because being of a 12-year-old mind, you can only guess where my drawings would have gone no matter what we were supposed to be drawing. So
Lake County in the house.
Woo woo.
Mendocino County in the house. We are coast to coast right now.
Cool.
Coast to coast.
Like Space Ghost.
Who's Space Ghost?
Really, John? You don't know Space Ghost coast to coast?
No. Do you guys know Space Ghost coast to coast? Space Ghost? I don't even know who this rapper is that did all this stuff happened to this week. I don't know who anybody is.
Apparently I didn't either, because I thought his name was Travis Barker. It's Travis Scott. I can't keep the damn Kardashian boyfriends straight.
Was one of them with someone named Barker or
Yeah,
Scott?
yeah. The one of them, the one that we were talking about. That
I've never seen the
is it,
Kardashians. I didn't even know who
I,
they were until last year.
is it going to be rude to say it's the heavier Kardashian? Is that rude?
I don't know one from the other.
Yeah, I don't either. But Barker is the drummer for Blink 182, I believe. And then somehow they started dating, even though he's like 15 years older than her, and they're just so in love according to their Instagram. So I just, that's where I was at. And then I didn't quite realize that a Jenner was dating a Travis as well. And it's confusing. They're controlling their product. They need different boyfriend names. You can't have boyfriends with the same name.
You can't. Not at all.
No. One of them.
I dated Jims for a while. I had a Jim thing, and my dad would say Jim called, and I'd be like,
which one, Dad?
I don't know. Somebody named Jim. Bad Bunny. Who's Bad Bunny?
He's Puerto Rican.
I don't know Bad Bunny.
He's in the commercials with Snoop Dogg for Corona.
Do you know that Snoop Dogg has his own wine?
Yeah, and his own marijuana and his own limousine.
I had my own marijuana. I never had my own limousine. Yeah, my brother had a limousine, but his corks, have his face on them.
Oh, that's cute.
And my friend David made me a pair of cork earrings that are Snoop Dogg cork earrings.
So you'll look classy if you ever meet him.
Yeah. Yo. Bad Bunny is a cartoon?
No, he's a Puerto Rican rapper. He's like reggaeton or something like that.
Oh.
He's in the commercials with Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
They're on a beach enjoying Coronas. They're like calling each other on shells.
Hi, Tonto. I don't know.
You never watch TV? Am I the only one who watches TV here?
Grace, do you know who Snoop Dogg is?
No, but I've heard of him. I don't know.
Do you know who Bad Bunny is?
No.
Do you know who Snoopy is?
I know who Snoopy is.
Do you know Augie Doggy?
No.
Okay, I just seen how expansive your knowledge was.
Who's Augie Doggy?
It's another cartoon. You don't remember Augie Doggy?
I remember, oh my darling, the hound. What was his name?
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry Hound. Who were we talking about tonight?
I don't know.
The little, I'm a chicken hawk.
Oh, Henry Hawk.
Henry Hawk.
Henry. It's not Henry.
Henry
Hawk.
Henry Hawk.
Now get me some chicken because I'm a chicken hawk. And I say there, boy, what you doing there, boy? Because he's on there with
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
So that was one person, one character, Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, he's the big rooster, and then Henry is the little hawk.
I'm a chicken hawk. Yeah, he was cute.
Yes, and he pursues Foghorn and the dog for most of the show because he gets confused about what is a chicken.
Everyone knows Snoop Dogg, but William, did you know who Bad Bunny was? I don't know Bad Bunny.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I know Bugs Bunny. Oh, what's my my other name? You're a tad bonkers. It's not dancer. It's for our duo that we're creating.
I don't remember.
Lady John Beers.
Yes.
Or
yes.
Snippy Colfax.
I kind
of like Snippy Colfax.
Yeah, that's a better one for the songs because we were talking about doing parody songs. Because I apparently have a lifelong goal that I didn't realize of getting on the Dr. Demento show before he dies.
He met Dr. Demento.
Yes, I did, and he's like this tall, and
I'm this tall.
You're that tall, and I've been listening to his show since like the '80s, and it was just very fun meeting him, and I heard somebody play Iron Man. In my head, it became Marshmallow Man.
Oh, that's what the other one. Magic Man. Marshmallow Man, yeah. Oh, do Heart, Marshmallow Man. That was the other song.
I was thinking Black Sabbath, Marshmallow Man. And then we also had, we had a 70s one that we cannot pull together now.
Maybe we could do one to Boogie Shoes. I want to put on my, and it would be something else.
I don't know.
But Augie Doggy has the snicker. What?
I don't know.
Angie Doggy has the snicker, but you meant to say Augie?
Augie
Doggy has the snicker.
It's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Hey, Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Ellen's here.
Hi, Alan. I took off my glasses so I can't see you now.
Alan is friends with the person that you drive here sometimes.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Besides me.
Besides you. Yeah. All right.
So if you ever need a ride, anybody. Oh, okay. So this is the clip from where the dog talks. Summer of Sam.
Summer of Sam. There we go. Of course, the title had to be more clever than just Son of Sam. Okay. Are you playing it or no?
No, I can't because I'll get.
Oh, okay.
I'll get the hook.
Okay. I could play it on this one.
No, but if they hear it here,
yeah,
they send me a thing that says.
Oh yeah, you don't want to have yeah.
You don't like. I've played my own music and I've gotten the hook.
Yeah,
all of a sudden it just goes dark.
I occasionally will do a Facebook Live if I'm driving somewhere and I think it's semi interesting, and I'll play whatever, and I'll get those messages like, you don't own the copyrights to
Warner
this.
Brothers.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, buddy, I'm just playing something live for a couple of minutes. I'm not gonna save it. I'm not gonna profit from it. Just keep your pants on. So
keep your pants on.
And how do you prove that it is your song? There should be some way if they're gonna come down.
They ask you questions.
Okay.
They say after they give you that warning, then you say then they give you the option to prove or to show. Then you go in and you answer a couple questions.
Like what your favorite color is. Who do you think's dreamier?
How many?
Sean Cassidy?
You know which one I don't like is how many street lights do you see in those broken up photos?
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's a street light way in the back
there,
and I see it, and they don't count that one.
Yeah. I'll get that with like buses and boats and stuff like that.
I listened to a podcast today about all the different, should you allow cookies and should you be in public Wi-Fi, you share public Wi-Fi, but don't buy things when you're on public Wi-Fi.
No.
Don't buy anything.
Not unless you're going through a private VPN. Because all your information is open there for somebody to drill into your computer, and before you know it, you've bought like platform boots in Moscow.
I would like that.
If you were actually doing it, but when you don't get the benefit of it.
Oh, if I didn't they didn't come to my house.
Yeah, and you just get billed. You just get billed for it.
If I got billed for platform boots from Moscow and I didn't actually get to wear them, I'd be bummed.
Yeah, you'll just see the thing on your receipt that says Olga's House of Vinyl, and then you're kind of stuck paying the bill, and you don't get none of the fun.
That makes sense.
There you go. You got to be careful out there. People want your information, like all those little things on Facebook where it's like, what was your favorite pet when you were a kid, and everybody starts answering it? That is just people trying to steal your information. They're just gathering stuff, and then they're going to go looking for your IDs, and you're giving them information, and most people will use something they can remember, which is real simple, and that's why they ask all those ridiculous questions about this and that, about your childhood and things like that, because they're trying to see, okay, her pet was Blackie. Let's see if the password is Blackie, and they'll do things like that, and then they'll hack your stuff, and then problems ensue. So
bad.
It is. People suck.
Do you like it? Do you like when you have to accept? Do you know how to clear cookies off and all that stuff?
I do. I even know how to wipe crumbs up.
Do you know how to clear cookies off of my phone?
I need a hammer. Because I don't
Then
know.
I'll probably need a new phone.
Because I don't know Apple stuff. So that's my way, is you kill the phone and I've cleared the cookies. Because no one can get to it at that point.
So when you clear the history, that's different.
Yes. There's no more 7 years ago. There's nothing. It's just blank. We've erased.
But if I want to clear my history.
Yeah.
That's different than cookies.
Yes. History is where you went. Cookies is where you've been. So, when you go to those sites that
say that again.
History is where you've been.
Cookies is where you go.
Yeah. Like, when you go places that you shouldn't go to, I won't mention things, but they leave a trail in your computer if somebody wants to investigate. Oh, you went there. And there's no going, I didn't go there, because your computer shows you went there, and it shows what time you went there. And then, questioning doesn't get any better from there.
Now, what about not you said, but when we were talking about the dark web, none of that is searchable.
That's right.
What do you do? You're like
I can't tell you what I do. I have to kill you.
Or get a hammer.
I get a hammer. Hammers are better. Yes, hammers work better.
You work in that. You work in technology.
I do. and the outer edges of technology. So I am the I'm not a Luddite, but I'm not quite sure what I'm doing in technology.
I don't sometimes. I know enough on here to get me in trouble.
You know more than I do. I couldn't do this.
Yeah, I couldn't do what you're doing. He's got a whole other setup over here. He has a whole podcast thing happening.
I don't involve pictures. You've got cameras and 2 video devices going, and you're responding to people, and you're asking them questions.
Sometimes I have 3.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know. But I don't know how to live multi-stream.
I don't either. I don't even know how to stream. The only stream I do involves the bathroom. Some type of bush, depending where you are.
Most of the web is dark. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Most of the web is dark.
The visible web is like the tip of the iceberg.
Well, we should probably jump off so we can do your radio show. And tomorrow morning I'll be here with Michael Keel, and then tomorrow night is 11/11. Tomorrow morning is also 11/11, November 11th. Tomorrow night will be community night. And then Friday morning, Armando's here, and Friday night's display and share, which you're welcome to come on anytime because you just got one of those inversion tables.
Yes, I did.
That'd be fun to watch. You get inverted, do a show inverted. And then Saturday morning, Jeff Metzger is back. He's been on quite a bit lately with lots of fun stuff. And Saturday night is Gary Lambert, and Sunday morning is Alex. And then Sunday night's Poetry Glam, and Monday morning we meander, and Monday night's meditation, and Tuesday morning Patty Loman, maybe. And Tuesday night is Andrew Rader. He didn't come on last night because he couldn't get on. I felt so bad. And then Wednesday morning I walk, and Wednesday night is community night.
Do you do the show while you're walking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we're at work, so I don't get to watch that.
And I think, what is the score of the Warriors game?
Oh, it's not going to say it. I was waiting for.
And the Warriors are playing right now, and they're winning by 17 points.
Who are they playing?
Who are the Warriors playing? The Timberwolves.
They suck. Good thing they're losing.
They're losing by quite a bit, actually.
Yep.
It started at it's in the 3rd quarter right now.
Good for the Warriors.
Yeah, I changed community night to tomorrow night because tonight is hanging out with Joe. You know, it's an improvisational kind of a show.
I apologize to people who were expecting community night.
Sorry.
Sorry.
All right. Do you have a letter for me?
Jay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. How will I sing about a J tonight? Oh, there you got your jazz hands. Everybody's got it going on. Where's your friend? I just know that. Oh my goodness, know that. Everybody's got it going on. So stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice. And maybe call your mama once or twice. Or maybe call your friend like call Jenna, and everybody say your prayers. So I will say good night to you, Mama Grace. I love you very much.
Love you too, Jenna.
Joe Velez too. And
we didn't come up with a name.
We don't have a name for this person yet. And Joe Velez is here tonight. Thank you for giving me a ride today. And I hope that all of you have joyful thoughts and generous kind of words and a heart that is not full of jive.
Okay, I got one question. When you do the meditation night, do you ever get so deep into meditation that you forget you're meditating and it's like 2 hours later and the show's still on?
Not forget, but I've been on where all of a sudden I look and I go, wow, there are people still here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice glasses.
Thank you.
Let's see again.
But I'm like blind, so my eyes are like actually 4 times bigger than you see through the lenses. So
good night, everybody. Have a great night, and I will see you in the morning time. Thank you, Joe Velez.
You're welcome,
and a
Jenna
Tad
Mammina.
Bonkers.
Tad Bonkers.
Tad Bonkers. Love hard.
I'd rather be
Real
hard.
hard.
I'd rather be hard to love.
How hard, Mama?
Really, really hard.